Welcome back to the CryptoFather channel. Today is the 6th of November. Markets seem to be recovering somewhat, so that's nice to see. Let's see if they maintain that recovery. A bunch of money is flowing back into Bitcoin, close to $100 billion worth money is flowing back into Bitcoin. There's a lot of news to cover, so let's get started on this video. Before I do it, I just wanted to make you aware of the sale that's going on with the Descent wallet. You can pick up a Descent, a biometric wallet from Descent right now with the CryptoFather discount, which means that you're going to be getting it for about $20 for a $30 discount. Sorry, not $20. And if you purchase it right now, you get an additional $10 gas fee coupon, which means that you're getting it for a $40 discount essentially, because you're buying it for a $20 discount. This right here is the discount for on the regular website. If you go to the CryptoFather website, you can purchase the wallet for a $30 discount, plus you get a $10 coupon for on your gas fees, which is put into your what is that thing called, your gas station or whatever the heck it's called right now. Your gas pass, that's what it is. Your gas pass, you get $10 into your gas pass, which means you're effectively getting a $40 discount with the purchase right now. This is going to be starting right now, today, November 6th until November 19th. That's the event period right here. There's a bunch of other things that are described here, and I'm not going to go into details because I don't want to dwell too much on it. Just know that if you pick up the Descent wallet right now with a $30 discount from the CryptoFather channel with the ref link below the video, you will also get dropped a $10 gas fee into your gas tank, your gas pass on the wallet. They've also introduced to the wallet, they've also introduced the ability to manage, create up to 100 wallets. Before that, you were able to only have one wallet. Now you can create up to 100 wallets. You can import other wallets like MetaMask, supports MetaMask, Phantom, and other wallets. So this is a fantastic wallet, and they continue developing on this wallet. So this is, in my mind, seriously the best wallet to purchase right now. It's the safest, it's the easiest to use. The app is very intuitive. If you watch any of my videos, the trading fees or the transaction fees are pretty low. Like I've reviewed Tangem, the Tangem wallet before, which for some strange reason, the transaction fees on Tangem are super high, and people keep complaining about it as well. I've released a video and there's a lot of comments on that video saying the same thing. The Descent wallet also has a plastic wallet, like a credit card size wallet, like Tangem. That's also on discounts. I don't think I have a link for that, but you can also get a discount with that if you want to purchase the plastic wallet for Tangem. Not sure why you would want to be honest with you, but I mean, if that's what you think, what your thing is, then of course I should probably include that link. All those campaigns are starting right now. They're going on right now. So get that wallet right now and store all your crypto on the biometric wallet from Descent. Let's move on to the markets. The markets are looking juicy today. We're back up to $3.5 trillion in market cap. I know that this looks low from the all-time high of 4.3 trillion, but just keep in mind that at the beginning of this bull run, the market stood well below $3 trillion. So right now, the fact that we're standing way above that and calling it a low level, or this is after the bleed, you know, that's fantastic. $230 billion in trading volume, 147% pump on Giggle Fund. Bitcoin is at $103,000, Ethereum $3,400, Solana at $161, Cardano at 54 cents, Litecoin $88, Monero $349, Zcash is at $489. It had a pump and a drop. I think it saw like an 84% drop. 84% drop in Litecoin, I think, in Zcash. I think it pumped all the way to 500 and then of course it dumped. But I mean, overall, we could probably see Zcash pump a bit now that everything else is pumping. But I'd be very careful because again, this is like tops. Zcash is topping up, but I think Zcash will definitely be a thing for the next bull run. I still believe that there's going to be a bear market starting in 2026. We're going to see a nice pump towards the end of this year. Yesterday, my video was not very upbeat. I think I was a bit pessimistic. I'm still very cautious. Don't get me wrong. I'm not flopping forward. Actually, I was just looking at my video from yesterday and thinking to myself, man, I'm beginning to look like all those crypto influencers. One day it's bearish, the next day it's bullish. But I mean, that's how the market turns, and I guess people post videos with thumbnails accordingly. Anyway, Polkadot is sitting at $2.64 right now. On the charts, Bitcoin has printed a green candle this pattern looks familiar. I don't know why, but it looks familiar. I think there was a time in place, whenever that was, 2024. I mean, we did see a similar pattern here, and that went down drastically, about 30% dump on Bitcoin before the recovery came. Right now, although, you know, before the recovery came right now, and we're seeing a similar pattern. But so Bitcoin is printing a green candle right now, which will hopefully sustain itself. We saw a similar pattern in 2021. We had this top and then a drop and then another top and then a drop. So maybe this could be it. This could have been another top, first top, second top, if this was a repetition of 2021. But it wasn't. The thing with 2021 is we had this massive run up. This is the massive run up, and this took August all the way to August of 2020, all the way to April 2021, and then November 2021. So this was like a year-long journey. Here we had November 22nd all the way to 25th, and then 25th day. So hopefully we're going to see another run up here on Bitcoin. But right now Bitcoin is printing another green candle, bouncing off this Fibonacci support right here at 0.5. Apparently that's a key level, and so it bounced off of that, and we're going to have to wait and see if it breaks above the $106,000 resistance here at 0.382. And I feel like looking at Ethereum and all the other crypto alts is kind of pointless, because we know that Bitcoin kind of drags everything along. So when Bitcoin pumps, everything else pumps, and of course Ethereum is printing another green candle as well. Roll Paul, crypto set to soar as quantitative tightening ends and global stimulus returns. Powell says 10 trillion in US debt rollover will trigger fresh treasury spending, weaken the dollar, and strengthen risk markets. A significant tightening of US dollar liquidity is pressuring crypto markets, with Bitcoin temporarily falling to a 5-month low near $99. And the X is ripe with posts saying this was your last chance to buy Bitcoin under $100,000. I think for the time being, maybe true. Are we going to see Bitcoin dip below 100,000K again in this bull run? $100 billion flow into Bitcoin in 7 hours as Bitcoin targets $105,000. Bitcoin's market cap is presently sitting at $2 trillion. It is still at $103,000. This number went up from 1.97 trillion to 2.07 trillion dollars. So that's nice to see. Money flowing back into Bitcoin. Peter Schiff, the perpetual bear, says Bitcoin is in a bear market, but analysts fire back with historical content. There was a cool post by Benjamin Cohen, I think, who was pointing out all the times that Peter Schiff made statements regarding Bitcoin being in a bear market or whatever. Right here, so Peter Schiff has posted, CNBC just described Bitcoin and ETH as being in correction territory. However, Bitcoin has fallen 21% and Ether 38% from their respective highs, putting both in bear market. CNBC crypto advertisers would clearly object to CNBC telling its audience the truth. And here's a post from Cohen, basically showing all the times that Peter Schiff has called Bitcoin to be in a bear market. And this is a new post, actually. This was from 2018. Peter Schiff posted, "Don't make the mistake of thinking that buying Bitcoin below 3,000 is a bargain just because the current price is better than 80% below its record high. Bitcoin's price could easily drop to another 80%. So this was like 2018. Then again, I have a question for Bitcoin holders. If a global pandemic, crashing stock markets, wide recession, depression, 0% interest rates, blah, 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 blah. Why is gold? So this was in 2020. Then again in 2023, Bitcoin down to 0 in 2024 again. Bitcoin just tanked over $3,000 in about 10 minutes, and then of course it pumped to $106,000. There's one more missing. He did the same post in 2018 prior to that. So, but it just shows how regular Peter Schiff is in his stance against crypto, against Bitcoin, and how bearish he is. So anytime I see posts from him, I snicker now, because it's such a he's a silly old man. Yesterday I talked about Balancer and its hack. Balancer released preliminary post-mortem report after 116 million hack. The hack was one of the most sophisticated attacks so far in 2025, according to Dedi Lavid, CEO of blockchain security company Cyverse. Balancer was hit by a sophisticated code exploit on Monday that affected Balancer version 2 stable pools and composable stable v5 pools, while all other pool types remained unaffected according to the report. The hack serves as a reminder that hot wallets, liquidity pools, and off-chain funds exposed to the internet are vulnerable to evolving cybersecurity threats from hackers, promoting crypto users and blockchain developers to practice caution in protecting funds. I said it a million times, I said it again. Store your stuff on the biometric wallet from Descent. Stay safe, stay secure. If you want to put stuff into liquidity pools, man, do it with caution. Get in, get out. Don't store your crypto, especially not all of your crypto, on the internet, because it can be accessed and it is vulnerable. Institutional giants inject 72 million into Canaan's Bitcoin mining expansion. The Nasdaq-listed company announced that it raised 72 million from a trio of prominent institutional investors: Galaxy Digital, Vice Asset Management, and Bravenhauer Digital, in a deal that marks a renewal Wall Street push into Bitcoin's infrastructure layer. More stuff being built in order to mine more Bitcoin. Remember that. Polish crypto community to educate lawmakers with 560 free copies of the Bitcoin Standard book. Very interesting. Poland's making strides in all the right places. Now they're going to be educating their lawmakers on Bitcoin. Not too bad. Bitcoin Archive posted a quick update. Hal Finney currently estimates of total worldwide household wealth that I have found range from 100 trillion to 300 trillion. This is a massive amount of money, and of course these are just speculations. It's hopium. That's what it is. Hopium. That some of this $300 trillion potential money is going to spill over into Bitcoin. So far we haven't seen that, but Bitcoin is still early. Crypto is still early. With 20 million coins, that gives each coin a value of about $10 million. Have one, have $10 million. Whales dump 45 billion in Bitcoin distribution phase. Is Bitcoin heading to 70K? Another bearish article. Or new all-time highs. Long-term holders dump 41.6 billion as retail investors panic, but institutions continue to buy. Bitcoin is currently trading at about 104,000, suggesting a 3% increase in the last 24 hours. So 41 billion dumped, 100 billion flowed in, so we're up about $60 billion. And some news from Ripple. I don't talk about Ripple on this channel at all because I don't care, but Ripple secures a $500 million investment and reaches 40 billion valuation as a result. Ripple has secured 500 million strategic investment on November 5th, led by major institutional investors, elevating its valuation to 40 billion, and the investment comes from MasterCard. Apparently, Ripple collaborates with MasterCard for RLUSD settlements for fiat credit card payments. So Western Union has opted out for Solana. MasterCard is opting out for Ripple. Ripple would partner with MasterCard and WebBank to settle card transactions through XRPL. The RLUSD stablecoin will be used to carry value and settle mainstream transactions on-chain. XRP recovered to 2.31 after the latest market downturn. Grayscale makes a bold bet, and it's not on Bitcoin or Ethereum. Grayscale suspends GS Sol fees and slashes staking costs, signaling a bold institutional play amid shifting crypto market flows. The Solana Trust stakes all holdings, yielding 7.23% annually and returning 95% of rewards, reshaping investor expectations. By cutting fees and boosting yield, Grayscale bets Solana can become institution's third pillar after Bitcoin and Ethereum, though risks remain. So we've got Zcash pumping to $500 and Solana is still barely below $200. How is that even possible? How does it work to have such obvious adoption, ETFs, a massive ecosystem, and Solana is still well below the same price tag as Zcash? Let's see, Solana, and it's probably all due to supply and demand. Solana has got a total supply of 613 million coins, while Zcash has a supply of only 16 million. So it's a tiny little amount for Zcash, massive amount of coins for Solana, hence the massive difference in the price tag. Also, this is a lot smaller than Bitcoin. Canada begins march towards stablecoin regulations. In the wake of the US Genius Act, Canadian lawmakers are moving on Canadian dollar-backed stablecoin legislation, which is being cheered by crypto investors. That almost feels like trying to take away the attention away from all the other shit show that's going on in Canada. Canada is leaping into the fiat-backed stablecoin fray with its budget 2025 release, assuring that legislation is on the way to regulate the tokens. The Bank of Canada will perform a key oversight role. Trump's World Liberty Financial reveals plan to rebuild Solana alongside Bonk and Radium. Here is how. WLFI is teaming up with Bonk and Radium to make Solana the main hub for its USD1 stablecoin, aiming to tie it directly into Solana's trading and meme culture. The community split. Some see it as bullish for Solana's growth and legitimacy, while others worry about political influence and centralization risks tied to USD1. The move positions Solana as both a meme-driven playground and a growing base for branded financial projects, blurring the lines between crypto, culture, and politics. Whatever the case may be, there's something big brewing on Solana, which will also reverberate positively onto other blockchains like Bonk and Radium. Other projects like Bonk and Radium, rather. And Litecoin finally tests a critical zone as ETF approval and Charlie Lee's return fuel hopes. The US SEC approved the Canary Litecoin ETF, boosting institutional exposure to Litecoin. Charlie Lee joins Silencio as an advisor, reinforcing Litecoin's focus on privacy and real-world utility. And technical analysis remains cautious, though RSI and MACD hint at stabilization. X-Force Global sees a long-term accumulation pattern with targets near $300 plus, and growing alignment between regulation, privacy, and adoption may support Litecoin's next growth phase. Litecoin has a supply of 76,000 coins, which is 3 times as much as Zcash, but nowhere near that to Solana. And yet Litecoin is sitting at a price tag that is well below Zcash and well below Solana. So that's odd. I mean, Litecoin has been around for the longest time. It is a privacy coin. So why is Zcash pumping so much? Probably because Baron Trump has picked up a whack of Zcash and promoted a bit of hype. And so that's why it's pumping. It's not based on fundamentals. It's based on pure hype. A major highlight came last week when Canary Capital LLC announced the launch of the Canary Litecoin ETF, Nasdaq LTCC, the first US approved spot Litecoin fund. This is massive news and it's not being talked about. I mean, Litecoin should be flying off the shelves and it's not. So I think this is like a, serpent coiling, and when that spring busts, it's going to bust through the roof. That's it for today's video. Quick reminder to pick up your Descent wallet. Remember the things I told you about. You can get basically a $40 discount right now on the purchase of the biometric Descent wallet, because you get a $30 discount with a ref code, plus you get a $10 gas coupon on the gas pass, and which you can use towards gas fees when you make transactions like sending money off or sending your crypto off exchanges onto the wallet, and vice versa. When you're doing swaps, you require to pay gas fees for certain things. So that's where this comes in. So you're going to have $10 in your wallet, in your gas pass, which is an equivalent of $40 purchase. And I guess if you purchase 2 of them, I'm not sure if you get individual gas passes. So for the $99 discount and the purchase of 2, you should technically be getting 2 $10 discounts, which would make it all the way to $119 in a discount. So that's massive. That is massive. So pick that up right now. Ref links below the video. Also, don't forget to pick up a copy of Crypto and Millennials, because this puppy is flying off the shelves like hotcakes and it's going to be sold out soon. No, it won't. It's a digital copy. I'm not even sure if anybody bought it. There are no reviews. Leave me a review. That would be fantastic. Purchase the book, leave a review, and I will love you forever. Please remember to smash the like, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment in the comment section below. Let me know what you think about everything, questions, suggestions, and I will see you tomorrow on Friday. Today is Thursday already. Man, week is flying by. Have a good one. Peace.